Okay, good morning. It's Bill from Lucky Knuckle. Okay, just going through some testing. I got asked to do some testing with and without the booster, which I did. You'll see following videos. All the products were Lucky Knuckle except the Bluetooth speaker. Just so you're aware, I was trying to keep it as close as I could to what I was running with the booster and the positions of the speakers, etc. So, okay, it's up to you as to how you want to find it, but my findings were, yes, the booster it's louder, it's more defined. You also have a lot more options as to what equipment you actually want to use. That was my general findings on it. One thing I wasn't looking for but did find is people who do a lot of detecting, generally your coil has a sweet spot. A spot which is, it's louder, it's more defined, and it's what we generally use to help pinpoint. What I did find with running a booster, you didn't have to be on the sweet spot to hear it. You could actually be, in some of my testing or what I've noticed, not so much this time, I've been up to a coil's distance away from the target and still been able to hear it without a problem. Okay, what I did notice with not running the booster, in some cases I had to be right on the sweet spot, otherwise you didn't hear it. So, don't get me wrong, all the targets that I could find, okay, yes, with and without the booster, yes, it heard it. But these are the differences that I noticed, is with the booster, didn't have to be exactly on the sweet spot and you could hear it. Okay, with that being said, it means you can cover a little bit more ground a lot quicker because you don't have to be right on the sweet spot to hear the target. Okay, and that's only for some targets. Some targets it doesn't matter, you're going to hear it regardless. That was probably the biggest thing that I did notice, and also to your equipment selection. You've got different headphones, speakers, earbuds, whatever you can run, because the boosters can drive them. Another thing, and I was running the 6, which I did find, is with the we'll just say target discrimination. Okay, you can keep going over the sound with the 6, and it will generally discriminate noises which aren't actual targets. But that's not always true. Sometimes the variation in the ground is so dominant it will show it as being a target regardless of what you do. You are going to have to dig them to actually break that sound up or break that ground up to remove the sound before you can say yes, no, that it was a target, it was only ground noise, etc. And that was something that I noticed in Claremont this year that was frustrating and annoying after rain. The ground, some of the ground through some of the areas I was in is quite, dramatically different from the top structure to the bottom structure, and different structures under the ground. So once it got wet and you had the variation, yes, that changeable ground was more dominant. You were digging, I'm going to go 50% more ground noises than what you were when the ground was dry. I'm just trying to share what I did find and what I noticed to be different. I'm just trying to think if there was anything else. But no, look, that was the main thing. Okay, with wet ground or varying wetness in ground, ground noises are a lot more prominent, you are going to dig a lot more false targets. Running the booster, I believe, is better than not running a booster, and I'll go that with all the detectors that I've run, and that includes 5, 45, 23, 6 and 7. So the variation was, yes, you could hear the targets further away with the booster. You didn't have to be sweet spot perfect on the coil. In not all cases, but in some cases, not running the booster, yes, you had to be sweet spot perfect. Otherwise, okay, you were going to miss the targets. They were my findings in general, and also to a lot more product selection to run, as in headphones, earbuds, speakers, with the booster, as to not running the booster. So, and I was testing a new product, which was a Bluetooth with a booster in its own pouch. So I was actually doing that, and with the 6, yes, running the Bluetooth seems to give you a little bit better target response to running the cable or plugging into it. So that was something that I did notice as well. So please enjoy the videos. It's just going to be a little bit of testing. I did find more targets which I did test on, and I will try and put those through as individual videos as I go through them. So please enjoy, and thank you very much.